Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for my beginner's tutorial on cotton. How do we plant it and how do we harvest it? What do we do with it once we've got it harvested? Well, we're going to find out. By request. Many of these tutorials come by request. If you've watched my Ravenport walkthrough for beginners or if you have seen my field preparation tutorials, you should be advanced enough to know that your field is prepped and ready to go. Now, when it comes to cotton, all you need is a planter. It's going to be the same type of planter you would use for corn, for sunflowers, something like that. That's all you need. And you can see I'm already set up with my planter from the Ravenport walkthrough, and it's set to cotton. This field is completely prepped and ready to go. It's already been fertilized once, and I will just show you very quickly in the shop. And I always go to the menu when I'm trying to go to the shop. So you need a planter, not a seeder, but a planter. And I am using the Horsch Maestro 12SW right here. And you can see right down here this little symbol. This means cotton. It will plant cotton, which we already know since we can see I've got it set up right there. Planting cotton is no different than any other crop. You know, you're just going to lower your planter down and start down the field. Well, fire it up, make sure it's turned on. You're going to start down the field. And like I said, this field has been prepped, it has been cultivated, and it's been fertilized one time. This particular planter will fertilize it a second time. So what I'm going to do at this point, I'm just going to finish planting this cotton, advance time until the cotton is fully grown, and then we're going to look at our harvesting options, because that's really the only tricky part of cotton is harvesting. Okay, there we go. We've got one perfectly planted and fully grown field of cotton. So now what do we do? Well, to be honest, you've really only got one option in the base game. And yes, I have this set to deliver right to me. If I go into cotton technology, I've got the Case Module Express 635. This is no cheap option. It's $24,735 to lease, but lease it we shall, because there is no other option for harvesting cotton. This bad boy is what you need. So, just like anything else, you get in, you fire it up, you unfold it. You can see it's opening its chamber for the cotton, putting everything in place like so. And so at this point, again, it's just like any other harvester. You're going to drive it to your field. Try not to be as squirrely about it as I'm being. Watch out for this tree, George. You just fire this bad boy up. It's going to lower its header to the ground. Let's close that off. And drive down your field. That's all there is to it. Now you'll see it's actually leaving plants behind. But it is harvesting that cotton. Now a small field like this, we're not going to get a lot. We're not going to get a lot of cotton. Cotton is best done in large quantities. So you may want to consider a much bigger field if you're planning on doing cotton. And this is actually a pretty decently sized harvester. So it's not going to take you nearly as long as it might with something like potatoes or sugar beets. But you know, when we start talking about size, we're talking about quantity. You know, the larger the field, the more cotton you're going to get, but the more time it's going to take to harvest. So you know, those are all things to keep in mind. But cotton is better done in large quantities. And I would estimate we're going to get, because one pass down the field did us 900 liters, just over 900 liters. I'm going to estimate maybe 8 passes. Yeah, we might get between 7,000 and 8,000 liters. That's going to be my guess. Well, I wasn't too far off. 6,500 liters. That's where we stand. 6,500 liters of cotton. So I am going to shut down the harvesting section of this, and now I can actually unload this bale. Now, some of you who've done grass work before, you know that when you don't have a complete bale in your, hay bales or silage bales or whatever you're doing, well, I guess it would be hay or grass or straw, you cannot unload that extra amount. Well, this allows you to unload an unfinished bale. Now, these bales run up to 20,000 liters. So this will harvest 20,000 liters of cotton before it unloads. And to unload that, we would just hit unload unfinished bale in our menu. And of course, that's what it's going to do. And now I can fold my harvester back up and put it away. I thought it would finish unloading that bale, but apparently it's not going to do that. There we go. And so that's cotton. That's how to harvest cotton. Now, we have this big bale, and I'll tell you, these things weigh a truckload. They are very, very, very crazy heavy. So if we go back into our shop again and look at cotton technology under our tools, the only thing in here are a couple of trailers. Now, one is a small trailer. It holds one bale. It's specifically designed for cotton. The other is a bigger trailer. It will hold 2 bales. And they both do the same exact thing. One has to be pulled by a semi. Obviously, it's going to be 2 bales, much, much heavier. One can be pulled by a tractor. So I'm going to grab the small one because we've only got the 1 bale we need anyway. Just keep in mind, the big one works exactly the same way. So I'm going to lease that bad boy up. And of course the shop was kind enough to deliver it right to the farm. And anybody who wants to know how I'm having these delivered right to the farm, that is with the store deliveries mod. And I'm pretty sure that's only available for PC. If it's not, so much the better. I'd like to see our console players have more mods, as I'm sure they would like to have more mods. So we have our cotton bale trailer. Now, if you've got big equipment and you can manage to move these, and I'm talking, not a front loader on a tractor, you're going to need probably the biggest loader you can get your hands on and some very sizable bale forks. You can put these on any old flatbed, but this particular trailer is designed for these cotton bales. I'm going to put this in the operating position. It tips back, and I need to line this up as best I can with this bale, and once you get close, it's going to grab that bale and pull it right on. And then you can, boom, Bob's your uncle, put it right there, or set it back into the transport position, and you have your cotton bale. When you're done, when you go down to the, well, let's just go down there because it's not far from here. Let's go to the spinnery to sell off our cotton bale. Okay, so I'm just pulling into the spinnery. This is where they accept cotton. Right here is going to be the sell point, and you can see as I pull in here, the sell point does not recognize this cotton bale. I need to unload it first. So I'm going to unload the bale, and it's going to just do backwards what it just did, and as it slides off the trailer, it should sell. There it goes. And that was 15,000. So not too shabby. Cotton brings in a good price. It's actually a very good crop for making money, but it is also an expensive crop just based on the equipment that you need. So as I struggle to get back out of here, that's going to be our tutorial on cotton bales. I hope you found it helpful, informative, or otherwise entertaining, at least, hopefully. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.